So remember who you are, behind the wounds and behind the traumas. There's one thing that I would like to add, because in my journey, what has helped me the most was asking myself, why? Why did it happen? Why did I react like this? Why did he react like this? So the why, it is something really interesting because it's psychological. At the moment you begin to ask yourself why, you already tell to your ego that you don't know the answer and that we need to look for it. And you don't need to look for it because the universe is going to make sure that you are finding the answer. My ego is my best friend. So I didn't shut it up. I told him, okay, I know you tried to save me because the information that you use, I gave it to you. So now we are going to speak about this information and we are going to change them together.
It's not about learning something new. It's about unlearning what we've been told about yourself so that you can connect to that spark. That's why I like to call it that spark that we have. And we all have it, no matter where you're from, no matter where you're born, we all have this spark. And we just forget about it just because we come to this world and we hear a story about how we need to be and what we need to do. And it comes from parents, from education, from TV, from all of it. And they are shaping our mind. And then we just live our life based on the story we've been told instead of being who we really are. And that's why, when they talk about emotions and state of being, they always say authenticity is the highest state you can be in, is because when you're authentic, you just connect to your soul. You connect to who you really are, behind all or beyond all those layers and that we've been taught about ourselves.
And I think, for me, success is not about awards and certificates. I have got all that. I don't need all these titles and all that. For me, success, it's about finding that happiness within. And that great success, I would say, for me is seeing my students succeed and seeing my clients being healed, being transformed, taking steps towards their transformation. That gives me a lot of joy. Or after 5 or 10 years, I get an email from a student who say, oh my God, I remember how this class has helped me, and they remember me. Some of them invite me for their wedding. That gives me joy to see their progress and their growth. That gives me great joy. And seeing my clients as well, some get married, some get better in their relationship or have better relationship with themselves and start taking action, and that gives me joy. For me, this is success,
Yes.
I didn't set a goal. I made a promise.
Wow.
And it is a big difference, because if you think about this, right, goals are very easy to write down, very easy to write, but promises are very hard to walk away from. And I actually anchored something that was far bigger than myself to the task of writing a book. And I openly pledged this when I was reading my dad's eulogy. And so this promise that I had made, it wasn't about me anymore. I wasn't letting myself off the hook. And the lesson overall, I think, is that when we truly decide to burn the boats, we're taking the island.
Yes.
I think something changes inside of you and you just become unstoppable.
Yes.
So make promises, don't set goals.
Well, I do love the imperfectly perfect.
Okay.
Because I think that, we are perfect just as we are. We don't need to be any different. It's really accepting and having self-compassion, because we all make mistakes, and things don't have to be perfect either. We're in this world, we think everything has to be, everything we do, and it just really holds you back. It's just be you, and people will resonate with that more than you putting on a mask and pretending to be this. Just be your true self, and you're imperfectly perfect just as you are.
I love that. And you know what? I think what will stay with people from what you said or from our conversation, it's really not information. It's the feeling. And your story gives people permission to change, to start again and to not have everything figured out.
But it was interesting because every single time, with every place I visited or I went to, there was a part of me that had to die. I let go old versions I had to let go of, and new versions that were being birthed. And that was like a whole process. But the moment I learned to understand this is how life goes, and that's what we're going through actually every day, every week, in some shape or form. Of course, not super extreme, but people. It's when you learn to understand that we are cyclic beings, and when you actually move with the cycles, not against it, you are much more in tune. I know it's not all about, when there's light, there's a shadow, darkness, the polarity. I want to point this out. It's really, really important. And when you are not afraid of going there, going into the void, going into the shadow, that's when life becomes fun. Because from my own experience, what I've learned, life is challenging. Shit happens.
Yes.
Make us just comfortable and happy.
It empowers me to share more, to give more, to guide more, because everything has got its place. It's all about well-being and being the best version of yourself, no matter what age you are. And that's what I want for myself, but that's what I want for everyone else I'm working with as well, because I really truly believe age is just a number. It doesn't define you, who you are, because if you're curious, if you're open, if you explore, if you try new things, you're forever young.
Yes.
So, but if you have a really close mindset and do this self-talk and this sympathy all the time, it's a rattle. But you can be really old at the age of 30.
Yes.
Stay positive, stay consistent. If you need help, don't be afraid to ask for that help. Don't be able to reach out for that help, because at one point I don't want anybody looking at me different because I went through this and I did this and I did that. You can't go with a mindset like that. Always stay positive. Even if you have, like me, I have a business mentor, and which is Miss Lacole, and she give me great advice, even if you have to get a mentor to help you.
Yes, and like what you said, some people just want to do things on their own, and that's okay. But at the same time, when it's ready to ask for help, it's okay. Go ask for help, because I feel like sometimes you need other like-minded individuals to support you in what you're doing, right? It could be, or just listen to a podcast, or motivate a friend who really is motivational and inspirational. If you don't have a coach or a mentor, just find someone that you can really get good insights.
99% of success is just showing up.
Yes.
There's people out there that's always going to be smarter than you, prettier, funnier, more talented in other areas. But honestly, that doesn't matter. What matters is consistency and just learn how to walk.
That you already have.
You can learn any new skill. It just takes repetition and practice and continuing to show up. And most of the time, I've heard countless stories of people just beating it out just because they simply showed up. They were not the smartest one in the room. They were not the most talented, but they didn't give up. And so, keep showing up, even if it seems crazy. It's kind of like, when you're racing, if you don't win the race, you don't just stop running. And, you finish the race with all your might. That's what a winner is. Whether you win or lost, it's about having that spirit of you finish what you started and you do what you do to the best of your abilities. That is what makes you a winner, not a gold medal or something material.
But really what I'm most proud about is choosing to take back control of my life, choosing to get the support that I needed, choosing to advocate for myself, or actually really learning how to advocate for myself, and choosing to live a more healthy and vibrant and engaged life. And it is a journey that I continue to navigate. And I choose to stay on the journey, and I allow myself to be enough just as I am, while simultaneously acknowledging and appreciating the fact that I am a work in progress on the daily.
Yes.
So, And that's courageous work, and and it's so worth it. And I'm just proud that I took the sign. Because I could have just kept going. I was capable of continuing to just do that, but I didn't know how to do that without neglecting myself. And I learned how to untether myself from those thoughts and those behaviors and to renegotiate that. And it has truly been life-changing.